Hello Strategy Battle Gamers and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel THRANDUIL Fellowship. My name is Andreas, Norwegian Viking, and this is my hobby vlog. So as you saw in the last video, I made some progress on my gundabad orcs, and now they are done. So here they are in all their glory, a full 36 gundabad orc warriors, with 18 with spears, or I still hope they get the pike roll back, but probably won't. And 18 with swords, as well as 2 captains. Now, I do have full warband extra, and that's 6 spears, 6 with sword and shield, but this is what I need at the moment. So the bases have just been edged with black, and all that's left for them now is to do base material, so snow and some flock. If you watch my previous videos, you know how I do my bases, so they will be the same theme. So I don't know if I covered this in another video, but the thing I did with the to fix the fine cast issue was to basically cut away all the swords and all the actual spear shafts, and then replace them with brass rods. And for the swords, I replaced them with plasticard. I basically molded myself. So I'm quite happy with how they turned out. It's hard to paint nearly 40 models at one go, but anyway, I persevered, and I went through the whole process in a matter of well, some days. I think I started these a week ago or something, a bit over a week ago. It's now on. It's now Tuesday, the 9th of August. I won't be releasing this video today, so I'm cataloging this for posterity's sake. I've finished all of these. I will do the bases along with plenty of other unfinished bases, I think, when I have finished painted another model. So with these guys, lovely guys, done, I'm moving along. Oh, quick plug though, I did use Kev Spector's painting tutorial from the Shadow and Flame website. That's shadowandflame in one word.co.uk. He did a wonderful tutorial on his and David Lawrence. They basically their website for their commission service. So you can buy, you can commission models, either sculpted, painted, or both. You can also buy their own line of models. You have an online store on the page where you can buy the ash tree giant, the linden tree giant, basically tree giants. You can buy dice, mountain giant, traveling dwarf, which is excellent for a certain conversion, and bear and woodsman twin pack as well. And these are wonderful model art, especially like the tree giants. I think I have three of them already, and I haven't gotten the ash tree giant yet because he just was released. So and also their dice are awesome. They roll a lot of 6s, so thank you for that, Dave. I got some from you at Desolation Stockport this April. But back to the tutorial. It was a fairly easy to follow tutorial. Basically, you have a list of the paints required with what line of paint they are from. He uses 3 line of paints for this. It's Vallejo model and game color separately, and then GW line of paints as well. And it was quite quick to follow. Was basically just paint the Maroon Fang steel and wash all the areas with ink, brown ink. I used the Games Workshop Agrax Earth shade for this. And then I did the loincloth in not Vallejo game color Beast Brown, but I did it in the Games Workshop Mornfang Brown. Then it was leather brown. I used XV88, which is the old what's it called? Snakebutt leather. Then I skipped this stage, painted the belt Khemri brown. I actually used the old Khemri brown because I had one pot lying about. And then inner arms with Vallejo game color Earth. I then used Bane Blade brown for that. And then I washed everything. So I skipped basically this stage inking, and then did the inks instead. And then Dead Flesh, that was the new color used for that is, what's it called? Nurgling Green is a new color. That is equivalent of Dead Flesh for Vallejo game color. Then belt was painted Cold Grey, washing with brown again, and then I picked out the teeth and eyes. And then it's just basically following it step by step. And a brilliant way to, because you will see a lot of these tutorials where master painters such as Flame, as well as many others, I usually follow Taylor painters as well, and Garfy has made a lot of the Lord of the Rings models. So you have basically Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. So for the Lord of the Rings you have showcases, Frodo wearing the ring, that's funny. But for the Hobbit, if we go to basically the browse per game, the Hobbit, there's 68 articles about the Hobbit on Taylor Painters, and even though Garfield has sold this collection now, you have tutorials how to paint Beorn in man form, how to paint Beorn in bear. Also he did convert it a bit to fit it a bit better. And he has loads of these articles, how to paint Mirkwood spiders. These are awesome. I used this tutorial to paint some spiders myself. But you will almost, back to track though, you will almost always find that they use, the master painters use many different lines of colors. And what I found then is on dakadaka.com you have basically a big paint range comparability chart, which is new Citadel, old Citadel, Vallejo game color, model color, Rackham, Reaper, Master, Privateer Press P3, Coat the Arms and Armor Painter. And you also have the hex guide, which is how to basically make your own paint if you go to a paint shop and just have it mixed. These are international codes, I believe, so no matter which country you live in, you can do these. And this really just works. I use this a lot, and to just mostly just to find out if I painted an army in the old series Game Social Paints, what is the equivalent now. So I use this list extensively, and have thumbnailed it for that important bit there. So enough about the oh, this has gone got yellow. Oh, there we go, it's white again. So with these guys done, I can move on to my next project, and that is, of course, this lovely model, or models. Sorry, bad hair in the way. James doesn't have that problem anymore. So this is Narzug. This is the original foot version, and of course, all respectable hunter orcs need a warg. So this is just a normal plastic warg with the plastic warg rod legs. I do not fuss really that much about the legs being kind of different on the two. I thought about basically converting the legs on it to look the part, but all he's basically is different is that he doesn't have the shin guards that the plastic models do, and basically I couldn't be fussed to remove them. So it was quite an easy job to do. I cut Narzug at the just below the waist. I was careful enough to not remove his quiver. I removed that separately at the elbow, and then remove the quiver from the leg. Still have the leg lying around. So, and then I took the plastic models, still when it was two parts separate, and took a hobby knife and just removed as much as I could from the actual midriff of the body. And then I used green stuff to fill in the gaps and make it look like the top of his leather trousers, basically, or his leather thong, because he's not wearing trousers really, he's wearing a loincloth thong thing. So way to replicate that. And I took the warg, stuck it together, green stuffed it to fill in the gaps, put Narzug on top, green stuff him, and then I stuck it onto a base. And as you will see, I haven't got critique on this yet, and that might mean that plenty of people agree with me that it's a horrendous thing that Bolg and Azog should have different size bases from the rest of the hero warg models. So what I'm basically doing is, this is the base size difference. So if I'm playing a tournament game and my opponent does not agree that I could use this base, even though it doesn't give me that many advantages, I can just stick it on to there, and he will see where the model is. I can also just basically take a bit of blue tack underneath this, and stick it onto the table so that this will stick, and then I just put my model on top, and then when I need to move my model, or he needs to move models to it, I just remove this, and he can just trap it. I can move it to where it needs to go, and if there's no model I'm touching at the moment, I can just stick it on top again. Fixes the whole thing, makes it look more interesting, make it look more standing out, because I know for a fact that if you have Narzug, or even one of the other warg riders, and you have a well painted hunter orc army, these will basically be they can be misconstrued as normal hunter orcs, and target priority might be, yeah, things can happen. Basically, people can misunderstand, and that's not something you want, especially not in a competitive sense, because people get hurt, and you don't want that. You want it to be a safe and good environment for everyone, and have a good game, basically. So I I do enjoy these large bases. I think they look absolutely stunning and fantastic, and I do hope that this will be, as I kind of explained in a different video, that I hope that they will include the newer type oval bases for cavalry going forwards in the future, or something like that. So if you're watching this, Adam and Jay, hope you are, that might be an idea. So enough about this. I think this video is actually dragging on a bit. I was actually planning to show the finished Narsug, but this has already been about 15 minutes, so I might post this already, or I might not. I do not know yet, but I will get on painting him. My girlfriend is coming back from Germany tomorrow, so I won't get lots of hobby time next couple of days, I think. So we'll do as much as I can while watching this lovely face. Hi, James. And yeah, so still about an hour to go on the show. So yeah, I'll either post this or get back, and I'll film an exit if I decide to stick with this. Or I'll just paint this up and show it. Yeah, I think I'll paint this up and I'll show it. It'll not be much more than 20 minutes. Right, so I'll see you when I've finished this one. Hi Structure Battle Gamers, I'm back with the last update of this week's episode of my hobby vlog, and I have finished something new. So, I promised you I would get Narsug done during the weekend, and it is Saturday, so I'm one day ahead. So, this is the most famous model, I guess, of Narsug. It's the foot version, and I have to say it was a glory to paint. The amount of detail, say what you will about the actual look of the character, I am so deeply satisfied with this model. It has an extraordinary look, it has so much detail. It, barring Gandalf, this version of Gandalf on foot there, barring Gandalf, it might be the single most what's the word, single most detailed fine cast model I've ever worked on, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. I didn't find any painting tutorials, and I think that's a good thing, because I strive to capture the details and try to make my own color choices, and I went for quite a limited palette of greys and browns, mixing them together, making the browns turn into greys, stuff like that. So I used the old dark flesh, coupled in with sorry, yeah, it's out of focus, coupled in with the flesh colors to highlight it up, and then I used browns as a palette, coupling that with also with flesh colors to lighten the tones and make it gray, stuff like that. So I'm very happy with this model, and I think it will look great with my other models over there. Well, the base isn't done, but as you can see, I'm prepping a rather big base camp. I'm going to base all of these models at the same time. Some of them have snows on, some of them has bit of grass on, but still needs cleanup. So these are models from the Grand Campaign I've been working on. You can see Goldberry there, Barrow White, Spectres, Spiders, Cave Trolls, Spats, Gulliver, Ring Rates, everything I've been working on that I did finish the actual model, but I didn't finish the actual bases. So getting on to the mounted version, I do regret one thing, and that is not taking the time to perhaps sculpting his feet. And the reason is that his actual feet are bare, and then he has these heavily banded fur leggings, basically, and the mounted versions have these basically this shin guards out of bone. So I've painted the fur on his legs the same type of fur, and then I use the leggings as the same type of style I used on my actual hunter orcs. So my reasoning is that the shin guards are there to prevent slashes when he is mounted. Slashes against his thighs, and those are unarmored. And when he's on foot, these shin guards will impede his movement, so he basically just straps them off. And that's my basic reasoning for this. I'm quite happy with the warg. I did a darker theme for the warg, especially since he was going to be brown. He needed to be the focal point of the model. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the conversion. I think it looks good. Did some extra detailing on the warg as well. So I have to say this has been a productive 2 weeks, I think, 1 to 2 weeks. Finished painted then 38 models. No, 40 actually, 40 models in a couple of weeks. So I'm quite happy with my work. My next project is of course basing all of these monstrosities, but to cap my very long hobby vlog off, finishing a project means cleaning up my hobby room, and you can actually see the floor now. Still some bits and pieces left, but I've to show it off, I've cleaned my hobby room and made everything nice and clean. Normally it's a bit of a shambles. I've cleaned up the shelving, even did some stuff with my board games, removed some stuff so I have some free space. Cleaned up some of the Hobbit models, and even cleaned out my cupboard, so I have some free shelves in here as well. So that's all cool. And now I'm ready for my next project. So after I finish the bases, I don't think I will include that in the hobby vlog. I have 3 projects. So first of all, I'm going to make my Hobbit army, and that's what I'm putting together. But since I've been doing so much hobbying, I think I need to arrange some stuff and get some space. So I have been contemplating making a Bloodbound army for fantasy. So I have purchased a bunch of Bloodbound models over the last few weeks. We have Exalted Deathbringer Slaughter Priest, we have Exalted Deathbringer more, we have some of the models from the what's it called, Warhammer Quest set, especially this Barbarian model. Warhammer Quest set, and I also need to clip some spruce, and I have all of these greater demons, Forgeable greater demons, to just put in boxes, and the gigantic Bloodthirster, absolute titanic Bloodthirster model, and all the like for fantasy Bloodbound models. I need to clip them from the spruce. Also have a God King and a Bloodthirster in there. Clip them from the spruce, make them more transportable, and then I will paint a unit at a time when I have the time. So I might clean up some models and do stuff for that. In the same line, I have some Space Marines. With the advent of Deathwatch, I find that might be the way to get me back into 40k. as some of the guys that might know me already knows, I'm a huge Imperial Fist fan. I have an Imperial Fist tattoo. I have a huge army of Imperial Fists, but they aren't painted to a standard I can be happy with at the moment. So taking the time to paint a Space Marine army is too much of a hassle for me at this time, doing all the Hobbit stuff, trying to get into Bolt Action Guild Ball, still continuing to paint Hobbit stuff. That might be too much. But doing characterful models that doesn't need to be that many models to make an army, Deathwatch is fantastic. So I have the contents from the Deathwatch Overkill box game. I have bought the Death Mask box ×2, so I have the contents for that, and some other Space Marine stuff. So that means I can make a Deathwatch army. I will need to buy the Watchmaster and the Flyer, maybe 2 of the Flyers, but I have Space Marines in spades in the basement. So same with this, these aren't clipped from the sprues, I will do that. So all of this basically will be clipped from sprues and put into Ziploc bags ready for assembly, basically. So yeah, so that's a small look into my hobby life at the moment. Still Hobbit that totally dominates my my existence, and will do for the 10 years or something in the future. With the Grand Campaign going as it is, I don't think I will stop doing Hobbit stuff for a very, very, very long time. So thanks for watching. Hope you watched it all through, and thank you for that. It's been a bit of a rant, a bit of a long hobby vlog, but then again, I had a lot to say and lots of progress that has been made. So as always, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and do support your Hobbit hobby.